Yeah. I don't really, because I don't really feel very good, I don't really think I really want to do actual, like, adventure runs. So, we're gonna do something a bit different. Oh wait, my splits, this is not how, let me fix those splits. But, I'm gonna show off randomizer mode, which is the thing I made for some reason. I don't know why. But I did. So, we're gonna do randomizer. So I don't need to care about doing perfect since it's randomizer. There we go, splits fixed. Now I just need to do a thing. When the adventure mode gets shorter. Alright. So, yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, clicking that doesn't seem to work. Alright, here we go. Randomizer mode. So, if you haven't heard, I made this because I was bored one day. It is adventure, but the map order and abilities you get are randomized. So, you can see we got departure as the first map. Boost is pre-enabled, so you don't need to do it, but you can see I don't have jump, so I have to do this to get over these barriers. Abilities are randomized, yes. And the maps as well. So it looks like departure isn't going to give us anything too interesting since the randomizer script decided to give us wings. Can boost be disabled? No it can't. The boost is pre-enabled because it's just more fun. I'm not gonna try doing the skip without jump. I initially wanted boost to be disabled, and you had to pick it up an ability trigger, but I decided against that eventually just because I just found it wasn't fun. There's only like 3 maps in the game which are actually interesting to do boostless. The rest are just you can just do on tracks just really slowly. So it just wasn't really much fun. But Adventure 2.0 is more interesting to do boostless. I might change that. And I think I want to add a boostless mode to the randomizer, which disables boost for the entire thing. So yeah. The randomizer is still in like very early stages. It still works. It works reasonably well, but there is a lot of features that I want to add. Like, I also want to add the ability to generate customized games as well. So you can change the map order and the abilities which you get in every map, and also the abilities that are sort of pre-enabled from the start to be anything you want. So if you want to make a completely boostless regular adventure, that would be a possibility. I guess I'm not getting that skip today. It's not like it really matters. Yeah, I hit the lamp. Oh yeah, I don't have jump. Damn you, muscle memory. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I'm thinking about... I kind of want to develop a tracker so I can sort of keep a reference, and also for the sake of viewers who haven't seen the who tune in and haven't seen the previous levels. How do you do the ability to carry over thing? I just... The way the map works... The way it works is basically you basically put in the... It basically takes the bytes files for the original maps and then just edits them. So... That's how pretty much everything... The whole thing works in just editing the map data. It's not very convenient to use. This is... Yeah. I need to turn back here. I don't have enough room to get off the road here. I failed that miserably.
That's too bad.
You do require to do some kind of dumb stuff in places. Just, I'm not really sure if stuff like that, like requiring wall shoves, will remain the same, because a lot of this is still just very experimental. So if I find something just it isn't really fun to do this, then I might make it so the algorithm will require you to get jump, so you can actually progress just for the sake of fun. It does keep happening. Okay, get off.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, finally. So... Maybe you should throw in the arcade-only official maps as well. Yeah, I might. Let's fill out with more maps until Adventure... Let's fill out with more maps until Adventure 2.0. Yeah.
So close. Sad day. Epic fail.
Oh yeah, this is a jump hop. I can just go up like that. That lamp here was actually beneficial. Yeah. I'm not really sure, like, putting in the arcade-only maps would also kind of be a good idea, though. Not really sure how you're going to handle that, since I do actually generate the playlist, so that, like, if I pause here, you can see we are actually in adventure mode right now, since the playlist file, which it generates, is set to play the maps in adventure. Again, that's sort of an experimental thing. I just kind of did that just cause. So right now it doesn't really matter, but in the finished adventure mode, when there's cutscenes and stuff, I might decide to put it in sprint. And it may just be better for the sprint, just for the sake of the fact you can honk.
Checkpoint.
Oops. I normally don't fail that. Did somebody just say honk? Yeah. Any spoiler for Torched has said this probably before. Cutscenes are built into the maps, not like intro. Yeah, I know. It just might be. I just think that if there's a lot of them that don't really have much interesting stuff in them, that you've played through the game before, that they might just be annoying. I might decide to put in to generate them in Sprint. And it might also be beneficial because in adventure mode you don't have the next level option for obvious reasons. So there's some points where it's basically just some straight road. Yeah. I am, on an unrelated note, I am amazed at how consistently I can beat Corruption without jump. I like how I say that and just start failing this first wall shove completely. But the fact that I haven't, like... I mean, I've only done it, like, 2 times for testing. But I'm surprised at the fact that both of those 2 times I have gotten it successfully in just a few attempts. You know your game is great when you don't even have to use all of the mechanics to beat the maps. Can I do the skip with only wings? No, I can't. I just do it the intended way. I'm so used to doing stuff with thrusters that I'm really bad at controlling wings. I mean, it doesn't really matter in the end since... wings are... I mean, wings are hard to control anyway, since the control is relative to the camera, not the car. Which is... fun. I'll have to read that after I'm done here. Since I'm only really getting base splits, and I don't even know why I'm using splits, since I guess it's just for keeping track. So once I beat this here, I will waste real time. Alright. You get the abilities in the same maps, you get those abilities in regular adventure. Right now, the way it works is the abilities you get in each map are actually random. So, Departure won't necessarily give you wings. It could give you jets instead. The only kind of thing that is set up in the way abilities work is that Departure will not ever give you jump because you need flight to beat it. I do want to add an option, which some options to that, so you can choose to generate a game that only randomizes the map order, so you get the abilities in all the same maps, and other things that only randomizes the ability order, so you get abilities in random order. But that's also a good idea. I don't really know how well that would work in practice though, since right now the algorithm does kind of does some checking to make sure that you can't soft lock the game. It may need some fine tuning, but I'm pretty sure the way the script is currently set up, it's impossible to get stuck. Even if it does require some... Oops. I did not mean to restart. I guess I'm doing jumpless corruption again.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Wall ride.
I do actually have a test mode in which you can actually enable if you edit the script file that completely disables the checking for soft locks, so you can get the maps in pretty much any order, which could lead to some hilarity, but it's not really intended for you to actually use that. That's just kind of for debugging. If I don't, or just seeing if maps can actually be beaten without certain abilities already unlocked. But no one in their right mind would actually do that unless they really hated themselves.
Relay. Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Oops.
Let's go.
I'm also going to see if we can undo that skip spot. I think undo is F5. There we go. Split's fixed. We did it.
Yeah. Double. Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Eventually we'll get to the next map, guys. I promise. Before I restart again. But the only reason I restarted is because I have a habit of, when I'm in the pause menu, I seem to have a habit of going down over to restart, even if I just want to resume. But what previous happened moves back. But I mean, it does automatically move on to the next map, since again, this is actually in adventure mode. I just was in the pause menu, and I have a habit. I was just in the pause menu so I could read your message, and I have a habit of hitting restart in those instances for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think it's because there's times where I've failed and then paused, left, and then since I want to go back, I hit restart, and I've just kind of got a habit to do that because, yeah. And now my splits look ridiculous.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
I haven't tried the recent experimental mode, no. I've been too busy working on getting this randomizer script to work, especially because when I initially did it, I actually had some problems which actually caused maps to refuse to load because of ID complex. Because of the hacky way, I actually had to implement the ability randomization. I can go into more detail if you want, but I haven't tried it, and I have heard from your post of the result screen delay. So I'll have to see how bad that is. sometime later.
Checkpoint. Yeah. Yeah. Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Yeah.
Checkpoint.
Adventure automatically moving on to the next map is one of the reasons I prefer adventure. I prefer doing all abilities adventure to officials to spend SS just because I do not like menuing and I just prefer to move on by itself.
Checkpoint. Barrel roll.
If only there was an option in Sprint to do that for at least for playlists.
Checkpoint. Barrel roll. Double. Wall ride. Barrel roll. Double.
Just made it sad people making their own adventures as part of the plan. Yeah. I mean, you can sort of already do it right now, just you kind of have you kind of have to hack it since you need since with playlists XML files can be set to load a map in any mode. So that's what I'm doing here. I just have it set to make it so the playlist spits out the maps and all the maps are in adventure.
Wall ride.
So it shouldn't be too hard to implement that, at least with the playlist system that we have right now, and you can kind of already do it. You can't really make anything worthwhile right now, since you need all the tools.
Wall ride. Barrel roll. Wall ride. Yeah. Yeah. Barrel roll. Ceiling ride. Yeah. Rocket. Wall ride. Yeah. Yeah. Wall ride. Triple. Barrel roll. Checkpoint. 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 Checkpoint.
Another long message.
Barrel roll. Checkpoint.
I'll read that when I'm done with this map. Hopefully I don't restart this time. At least this time it won't be as bad since we have our full ability set now. Why isn't destination unknown?
Checkpoint.
I'm guessing that's a joke, which I'm not getting. Is it because that we have... Why isn't Destination Unknown randomized? Mostly for ease... It's mostly for ease of use. I mean, there's a few reasons. One is ease of use, since you won't need to install Spectrum to get the bytes files for Destination Unknown and credits. If they aren't randomized, and also no one wants a 30-minute long cutscene in the middle of the run. No one. And also, it doesn't really make sense to have the end of the game anywhere except the end. So that's kind of my reasons for doing it. And also personal laziness, since I don't want to install Spectrum so I can actually get the files. Apparently they're thinking about making 100 or so map pack for the PS4 build. Top Workshop stuff, so we don't know if this is plans to make those official maps, if they do have their just Zeppelin and Lava Select. Well, Nitronic had... Oh yeah, we can do this. Nitronic had them listed as community maps, so I guess they could list them as community. Why is the beginning of the game not at the beginning? I don't know. Just for more variety, I guess. I guess you can say that's the same reason. Like, I guess you can say that's the same thing for the fact that for randomizing Destination Unknown, I guess. But I think my point about not wanting a minute-long cutscene that you can't skip in the middle of a run, just I don't really think that's a lot of fun. Nah, everyone wants that.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Wall ride. Jump.
Guys, in the middle might be good if it's once it's an hour long. That is true.
Barrel roll. Barrel roll.
Dude.
Barrel roll. Wall ride. Barrel roll. Wall ride. Barrel roll. Barrel roll. Barrel roll. Wall ride. Yeah. Double. Barrel roll. Checkpoint.
Man, I don't feel so good. Streaming when sick is not a smart idea. Right. See ya, Plasma. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, as I mentioned, not feeling very good.
Checkpoint.
Oh yeah, I can do the full skip for this. I always forget.
Barrel roll.
I'm not really sure I'm gonna keep streaming for too much longer, just because, again, I don't really feel very well right now, but
Checkpoint.
I guess you're already gone now, so if you still somehow can hear me,
Barrel roll.
remember,
Checkpoint.
I don't actually know what I want to say here,
Barrel roll.
and I forgot to do the other, the noob skip as well.
Checkpoint.
I am really still in regular adventure mode.
Checkpoint. Barrel roll. Checkpoint.
Whoops.
Burning up. Barrel roll. Wall ride.
Double whoops. Someone posted in the old forum suggested boost pads.
Wall ride.
I mean, you could already do boost pads, you just need to use the editor and make your own maps. Which I will never play since officials are the only maps that matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Barrel roll. Checkpoint. Wall ride. Wall ride. Checkpoint. Yeah. Checkpoint. 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 Nostalgia. Checkpoint. Wall ride. Barrel roll. Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Barrel roll.
Cooling rings, please. Cooling rings, please. Cooling rings, please.
Ceiling ride. Checkpoint. 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 Checkpoint.
Whoop. Oof. So I guess that's randomizer. Wait, what? The reflection of that big sword was spinning? And that was a great sound. Was it spinning? I didn't know it was spinning. I'm gonna have to go check that. I'm not even gonna do the skip for credits because I don't feel like it. Well, I guess I'll do this just for the sake of it. Can we play Death Unknown after? Yeah, I will.
Wall ride.
And done. Oh, I forgot to save. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's see here.